West, and you're listening to Car Sessions 2035 with Coolie Ranx. Turn it up, tune it in, fill your cup with the sound medicine. Hello, operator, are you listening? Coolie Ranx on a mission. Catch the fire, turn the ignition. Coming to your loud sound system. Let me show you valiance and valor. A hero that must make a stand. Shine your light, this night isn't over.
Do you have a fourth of them that's not
Hello, we are the prize fighters. The first
what they
tune we're
gave
doing
us,
for you right
something
now
else?
is called Just Let the Music Play.
do you have oh listen do you have the makeaways, the teleways? I can't hear you. It says no.
Just let the music
I need that for the end. I need that at the end of the show.
show. It's what the people say. Feel out right now. It's like a fire burning in your heart. Don't let that fire grow cold. We'll stand united. There's nothing we can do. We'll keep on fighting and always will stay true. Just let the music play, play all night. It's what the people say. Feel all right now. It's like a fire burning in your heart. Don't let that fire grow cold.
Yeah.
Coming to you right now, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, big bad blood clot prize fighters in the building. Big bomber clot. I mean, you guys don't even understand what you're doing, man. You're doing things like, I don't know, man. Trust me, man. You guys are setting it off. I know you probably know what the hell. Why this guy who does all this hard stuff? No, I love your music, man. Like, I didn't get a chance. We played with you before, but I didn't really get a chance to absorb it. But through COVID, oh, excuse me. Let me get into the intro. I just getting right to talk to them. Yeah, this is Coolie Ranx, your MC, ladies and gentlemen. This is Car Sessions 2035. We are back. It's been a minute, but we are back in the building. Let's set a bomb off for that one because you don't know. It's been rough. Yeah, I was kidnapped by some goddamn scammers and all of this stuff. I will tell you about that later on, but it's real. That's why we wasn't here. I had to fight my way through the turbulence of the New York City streets. But we are in the building right now. We have the prize fighters from Minneapolis, Minnesota. How you mean? Yes? Yes, man. How you mean? Big up everybody now that place. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, as I was saying, I had to bring that on, man, and make sure your introduction was right and in order, you know what I'm saying? Through the COVID, man, you guys was killing us. I mean, I discovered your music. I don't know how I discovered it. We played with you, but I just didn't get it that night. But I got through the COVID, man. It's like through the COVID, I needed something that was soothing. And you guys, I mean, your sound is just throwback to Jamaica, man. It's like straight Studio One or Treasure Isle or what the hell? Are those your original rhythms? Is this something that you guys created, or are those rhythms that were made before? That's my first question, because I have no idea.
It's kind of both. It's a kind of a continuation. That's how I see it. It's you absorb the music and play the music that we love, and it's kind of we get close to doing what we love, but it's always going to be our own thing, because we're not Jamaicans in the 60s, obviously. So,
but your sound is fire. And let me not be so rude. We have 3 of the members from the band, from the Pride Fighters, in here tonight. We have Courtney. We have 2 Aarons. Say Wagwan.
Two porters.
Two porters. I apologize, but listen, I'm sorry. I am excited about the music because when I heard it, I was like, damn, these dudes. Let me get it clear. So the music that you're making is your music.
Oh yeah,
Indeed, yeah.
It's
100%.
like 100% fire. Because if I didn't know better, I would say, damn, they just got some tracks and they made it over really nice. That's all you right there. All of it is all you guys.
Yeah,
That's right.
definitely.
Fire. Drop a bomb, a laser for that one. How about a laser for that? Yeah, laser goes with that.
Oh yeah, give us a laser on that.
Fire beam. When I was playing you guys, I had a lot of on my site. I have a lot of my friends, we're all like West Indians or Jamaicans and everything, and they were hearing the music and they was like, the money of it, no. So that's to say, I thought, oh, maybe these guys are just doing some covers, maybe but it's so authentic, man. And how did you get into this? How did you get into it like that?
It's been speaking for me personally, just the world of ska is so deep and so vast, and there's just so much to explore. And we've all fallen in love with the music, but just like you keep digging, and you can hear all this stuff from Jamaica, but then you realize that all the stuff from Jamaica was like they were listening to other stuff too. They were listening to all sorts of like Cuban music and like rhythm and blues from New Orleans and all that kind of stuff. So just that musical journey continues, and it's just getting deep and deep into it, and finding all the love and inspiration that is the legacy of that music, and just finding inspiration and all of that.
yeah. And speaking of legacy, one thing that I know Aaron said when we started this band maybe 15 years ago or so, was that you think about the period of Rocksteady, and like Rocksteady was around originally for about 18 months.
Wow.
And that like that there were so many more Rocksteady songs that had yet to be written, and sort of trying to continue that tradition, and really honor that musical legacy, I think is something that we really try and focus hard on, and sort of take that approach to what we create.
To me, I'm just gonna shout out to Bill Bornhausen. Ska Bill says hi to you all. Ska Bill.
Hey,
Scott
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
How's it going?
What up? Yeah, man. You guys, the sound is so authentic. And who writes the music? Who comes up with the concepts?
Traditionally, I've been the main songwriter, because I started writing songs before the band started, but we all contribute. Jordan's been writing a lot of material for an upcoming record we have, so that's really cool to see, like the the inspiration coming from all over. But we work on the music collectively. We have ideas, and then we all are students of the music. We get together and we put it together until it gets to where we want it.
Are you guys classically trained, formally trained, or you just vibes?
I'm all
Just vibing.
That's a very nice way to say I'm not classically trained. I'm taking that, Coolie. Thank you.
I'm not classically trained. I just vibing. So I'm just wondering if you guys are just vibing,
I mean, I was in, like marching band and stuff. I learned how to play saxophone and, through school. But after school was done, I was like, I just want to keep playing. And so I just found bands to play in. And then I moved to Minneapolis and met the Porters early 2000s, and eventually they ended up recruiting me into the band, and so I've been with the band now since 2011, I think.
Wow.
And it's just been awesome. I mean, it's just been a journey. I love ska music, and I always kind of have, but like deeper appreciation, like Aaron was talking about, like just the vast amount of ska music that you can kind of get into and get involved in, and I played in ska punk bands before, but to really play sort of this traditional Jamaican sound is it's some of my favorite stuff, and I didn't even know it.
How are you received in Minnesota or Minneapolis? Do you venture out further? Because I've seen you in Chicago. Do you venture out to New York or to Connecticut or to DC, down south? Do you guys travel out? Are you moving around or are you stationary? What's going on?
We do we've done some touring. So when we put out our Firewalk album, we did an East Coast tour that took us through DC, New York, and Boston, and those types of places. But we don't do a ton of touring. And then with COVID, obviously, we've pretty much that kind of put the kibosh on any sort of touring plans.
Kibosh. I'm learning some new words. Come on, kibosh.
Squash.
Made it impossible.
I like kibosh. It's kind of something different for me. Listen, I'm a student, so I like to learn. So
Yeah,
forgive me for stepping with a word that you stumped me just then. Kibosh. Never heard it before.
Nice.
Where does it come from? Where's the derivative?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. I think my dad. I don't know.
Yeah, Courtney's dad invented it.
Yeah, probably.
So are there any all right, are there any other members that are in the band that visited Jamaica, visited New York? Because we've got a huge population here of West Indians out here. Any of you guys plan on coming to New York? Because this is our Mecca.
I think Aaron's the only one who's been to Jamaica proper.
Well, where did you go?
I was in Kingston for the most part, but then spent a night in Ocho Rios.
Nice, I did that.
Night in Hanover, and finished up my trip in the grill for a couple days. But
all right, so
Kingston was the highlight.
You toured the island, huh?
Much easier to tour drive around Jamaica than the United States. So.
Did you get a chance to go to the Alpha Boys school?
Yeah, we did. I met with Sparrow Martin, who was band master at the time, and I got the tour of the facilities. There was the school wasn't in session, so we didn't get to see the band there play or anything, but yeah, got to see the facilities and talk with the sisters, and yeah, it was
excellent.
Very cool to be there.
There were a few places where there's a home for ska, which I would consider them to be the Mecca. Coventry is one of them, definitely for the two-tone era.
Indeed.
And then Alpha Boys School would be the second one. Those are the places every person that's into ska should visit. The Alpha Boys Institute and Coventry Museum. These are the places where everything has spawned from these places. Yeah, wicked. Guys, I want to play one of your videos again. Shout out to Big Merle in the building, and Ska Bill, and anybody else that's listening out there. We got a few platforms that we're on right now. We're on Real Rebel Radio. I hope you plug that in there, Mr. Ryan. You got us on the Real Rebel, and we're on Twitch. Come on. And we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's tune into that anywhere y'all at. What's up, Wagwan? Big up yourself. We're gonna play another video here, and we're gonna come back with the prize fighters. This is what, are you just prize fighters or the prize fighters?
The prize fighters.
Okay. I like the banner.
Except no others.
The banner is fly. Very good. Very good. Very good. Did you do that or did we do that?
I did that.
Fire.
Spent lots of time on it too.
It looks really good. I need a banner. Where's my banner? Shit. All right, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Car Sessions2035 in the building with the prize fighters.
In the ground and sing out their sheets. They will never stop until we stop them. We've got to stop them. Whoa, stop them in their tracks. We've got to beat them. Whoa, beat them back. We're gonna run them. Whoa, run them out of town. We're gonna show them. Whoa, it's going down. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop them. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop them. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop them.
Oh, okay, cool with that. Yeah, man. But you guys, man, your shit is original, man. I was just trying to figure out, are these covers? I was like,
You're
these
on.
guys, like, are these guys biting or are they writing?
It's honestly a little bit of both.
A little bit, yeah. I was a little bit of biting in the writing.
I mean, if you listen to a lot of the original stuff from the 60s, it's like it was all the same people, a lot of the same musicians playing in, playing out. People were jumping out, building off of what other people were doing and everything like that. So it's not like people were just doing all this original stuff and it just all happened to sound the same. I mean, it was this whole this environment, this atmosphere of this beat, this rhythm and everything like that. So, I have no shame in saying that there's a lot of things that I write that comes directly from me listening to a bunch of old records and then getting something in my head that is inspired by what I'm hearing, because I'm learning from it. Like there's nothing, you can't make original ska and still have it be ska. If it's original, it's going to be something else.
Yeah.
So you got to be honest with yourself about what your inspirations are and what you're actually building on. I mean, if it's like, if we were just going to do something like, we're going to take this rhythm, we're going to learn it and then write new lyrics over it, that's fair game, but that's a different kind of approach.
Yeah.
There's times when we're like working on a song and like, oh, we can't do this because it sounds too much like this or it's too derivative of that. And half the time people are like, so what? And I'm
Exactly.
yeah, there's okay, yes. So what?
It's all right.
There's only so many chord progressions out there, only so many
different
things, but always wanted to put our own spin on it to that's more fun that way.
I think what you've done, Jamaica is very proud of what you're doing. Especially when it's a music that has been lost. It's like rediscovering these records that your parents had and they're in the attic somewhere. And then someone discovers it and plays it. And for the first time, it's like you're just breathing life into this record again, into this music again. So you guys really, like, when I listen to the music, I'm like, these guys got something good here. And you can't be selfish and just keep it over there to the Midwest. You gotta bring it outside. you gotta bring it a little bit further here so other people can hear it. I'm gonna do something next year, and you're definitely invited. I haven't done it since 2019 because of COVID and shit, of course. So next year I'll be back on the platform doing this stuff. You guys are definitely invited to the party.
We'd love to come out. We'd love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love playing our music for anyone who wants to hear it,
Oh, they would like to hear this because this is original stuff, whether you say it's borrowed. Big Merle again. I like saying that name. Thank you for coming through. This is a Twitch fan that was down with Scott. So thank you for coming over and hanging out with us, Big Merle. Enough respect. Let me drop a bomb for you because it ain't every day. In the building. I got to shout out Scott for bringing us his people. Mr. Ryan, what have you been up to? Because I know you've been away too. This is the reason why we haven't been on the show is because of Chris Ryan here. He's a busy boy. He's a busy boy, man. He's all over the country now. I think he's spinning some music in an upcoming show right now. No? Yes? You don't want to talk. It's true, right?
Yeah.
Who you spinning?
I'm spinning vinyl at the Slackers show in Denver tonight.
That's why he can't hang out with us.
I was just in a work conference.
Yeah, he that's why he can't hang out with us like he used to. Thank you.
Uh,
But I mean, the show is all about progress. So big up yourselves. Big up yourself. Let me see what I got here for you guys. Oh, you know what I was playing your songs, right? This is one of the songs. Let's play the music, play all night. You just played that one.
It's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside we got the prize fighters here. Come on, man. You can't tell me this is not fire. How you mean?
Pull up this song, no, eh?
I'm telling you, this is just amazing. It's fighting here on the block. These couples here are fighting together. Guys, look, you're gonna be right by the car right now. See the activities in the background? Can you see them?
No.
He's they're fighting back there. Oh, he's running around the car. She's chasing him. Oh, she got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the prize fighters here. We do not stay too long, but I do not want the show to get cut off with anything that I play here. But I want to play a couple more. One more. And this is just amazing.
Accolade.
Yes, you're getting up accolades. I mean, we had a band on the East Coast that used to play ska very authentically too. They were called they're from Boston. Come on, help me out there, Mr. Ryan. From Boston.
Pressure cooker?
Scott Vuvi and the Hepatones.
Oh,
See?
Okay.
Yeah, now they were very, very good. They left us, but you guys have joined us, and thank you so much for joining us. It's a big deal.
Yeah, we got to keep this music going. I mean, it's
And I'm sure that our ancients are just turning over in their grave and being happy because they haven't been rewarded in the manner in which they should have been. And with people like yourself that play the music, it always gives the ode to them, and they're like, yeah, maybe they can get a slot and you can bring them on some shows and have the public see them and even tune into their music with what you're doing. So I
hope so. Like I think ska deserves a better legacy than it has right now. I mean, still ska is still viewed as this as a joke, or it's viewed as like a 90s music.
Yeah.
And well, that may have been true a certain I mean, that's like the tradition that we're going on, but that tradition goes back to the 60s in Jamaica. And it's a Jamaican music celebrating independence that is just an explosion of talent and jubilation and joy and celebration. And that's the legacy that I feel ska deserves. I know that even in Jamaica, it's not really, it doesn't get the credit. Didn't get the credit back in the 60s. It doesn't get the credit now as much, but still, that's what I want people to think of when they hear the word ska. I don't want them to think about, strictly like a, OC ska 90s kind of thing, which is fine, has its place, but like ultimately, the ska and what came after by the same musicians in Jamaica, this incredibly talented pool of people, that deserves a lot of credit and spotlight. So
imagine that the same people that did this, right? This is pretty crazy. So they did the up tempo, then even some of them transitioned into the reggae. But I found when I toured with the Scatlites, and they said they were the ones that made the first reggae rhythm, which was real rock. I don't know how true that is. I'm just telling you what they said.
Yeah, Scatlites and Soul Better, some of the same people. Jacking too.
I can't verify, but this is what they said. They took credit for that, so I'm not even gonna argue with them. Okay, here goes the fighting couple next to me now.
I feel like they've earned.
You could be okay.
They've earned the ability to make that claim.
But then they definitely did earn that. They definitely did earn that. So
but even like I would give Lloyd Nibble a lot of credit for the creation of reggae too, because he did
this is
his ska playing was like flying cymbals kind of stuff.
This is where it's coming from. This is what I'm saying.
He played drums on Moonlight Lover at Treasure Isle, with because he was known as a ska drummer, but he left to do some cruise ship work after Scatolites, but then came back and did some session work again, and he's playing that Moonlight Lover, that flying cymbal kind of stuff, and that's like some of the first times you hear that. So he brought his ska style into like the early reggae vibe, so kind of going off of like a rock steady tempo, but playing kind of the more lively cymbal kind of stuff.
Oh, you know.
And I mean, they were pioneering, trailblazing at all stages of the development of the music. It's just, they don't get nearly enough credit for it.
This is what they said to me. I mean, I was fortunate enough to tour with them back in I don't know, 93, to talk to them. And these, you know, it's like a little kid, and you're just listening, and you're taking in what your parents are saying, and you're listening to the wiseness and the maturity and the experience that these guys have in their stories that they tell. Pretty good.
Lots to learn from them.
Sorry, go on.
I just to say, lots to learn from those originators.
Lots to learn, but you know what's going to happen in a few years? It's going to be you guys telling people. That's how it is now. So you have
we're trying to learn as much as possible. You know, we've had the pleasure of you know, backing up several like original ska artists, and have learned an incredible amount from them. Like,
absolutely,
from recording with them to just, you know, learning their songs, and, you know, quick rehearsal before a show and getting their notes, and you know, if you know, if they say like, no, don't do it like that, it's like, you listen. If like I say, hey, no, don't do it like that, people are like, oh, okay, well, you're just being controlling.
We can push back on Aaron. We don't push back on Derek Morgan or you know, Stranger Cole.
No. You gotta roll with it. You gotta roll.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the lessons now. And just so you know,
but that's like going to church and going to college at the same time. It's like you're getting that musical education straight from the source. Like, you're learning, and when we've backed up these Jamaican singers, we're like doing our best to like play like the recording, learn the ins and outs of the song, and sometimes that's not what they want, you know, because it's like how they recorded it wasn't really how they envisioned doing the song. But, you know, we do our best, and then we learn a little, like a deeper context that maybe they wanted a song to be, you know, a different way. But, you know, the producer or whatever, they were in the studio and was like, okay, we'll just do it like this. We got, you know, a couple takes, and on to the next song, you know.
I don't mean to cut you. You guys got some new music coming out?
Working on it, yeah.
Excellent.
Working on a full album, recording later this summer.
I'm throwing I throw my hat out there to everybody that comes by. And one of them will take it and pick it up and actually call me on it. So when you're doing some stuff, holler at me.
Yeah, we'll do.
Just
I'm coming out to everyone that comes on the show. Like, if you guys, you know, need an extra voice, just throw me in there. I'll come through.
Nice. Thank you, Coolie.
Appreciate that, Coolie. Yeah.
Overdue for me, actually, because I haven't done any rocksteady, I don't think, in ages. So holler at me.
Yeah, you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for the week. You know, we'll be back on next week. June 1st, we have Rachel Stokes here from the Tellaways. I'm not sure if that's next week. Is that next week? That's not next week. We're going to see what's happening next week. But we're going to keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. What am I saying? Nice something else. One more time. What am I saying? Let's see. And these guys are just amazing. And I want to shout out some of my boys out there from Minneapolis. Shout out to the Siren 6. Yes. Hold on, let me pull up. How many more bands out there in Minneapolis? Because I don't know. I know you and Siren 6. That's it. Are there more bands out there?
Yeah, there's some bands that are playing now. Nobody's doing the kind of stuff that we're doing.
No, right?
We had one.
Yeah.
It goes in waves.
Yeah.
Sorry for saying the W word.
So what does it need? Does it need an influx of other bands to come from somewhere else to boost it, or is it what's going on? What is it? What do you guys need?
We need an all ages scene. We need an all ages scene, and we need young people to come and see all sorts of music, and we need to have that shared community, and, you know, have bands tour through, have you know, middle school and high school kids start up their own ska bands, and just, you know, make the scene bigger. And that's been tough all around this country, and you know, especially with COVID, the whole nature of shows are changing. So that was like, if it wasn't for an all ages scene in the 90s, like I probably wouldn't have gotten into ska the way that I did. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel that same way.
There's no venues that are doing all ages shows out there.
It's kind of
very few.
Yeah, but the whole nature of it's changed. It's not like, you know, a club that's like a, you know, a cool nightclub that has like their matinee show and then they have you know, late shows. I mean, there's lots of places to do all ages shows, but it's not the same as like, you know, going to a bar show that's all ages, you know. So it's
okay, got it. What we used to do matinees. You just mentioned matinees. So in New York, they would do matinees because they didn't want ska really, but they gave us a day, and we would do matinees in the afternoon, and then they would do some disco in the night, or right after we finished. Is anything like that there? Because that's how you grow it.
Yeah,
that's what they used to do. Yeah, First Avenue was huge in doing that back in the day.
Avenue. Princess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's just not how it's done nowadays, and that's unfortunate. It really is. It's
are there any parking lots that you can string up your sound? I'm being serious.
Yeah, we've done that, and like there's a lot of microbreweries around that do outdoor kind of things. So there's places for having all ages kind of events, but you have to think a bit outside the box, and you know you got to grow it though. It's like having a consistent spot, like that's always a huge thing. If there's like a all ages venue that is consistent and they always have a lot of shows, and there's like, even if it's not ska fans, if it's just like, you know, kids hanging out there just because it's a good place to be. It's a community, you know, they'll absorb all sorts of music, and you know, they might get into, you know, like punk rock or hardcore or whatever. But just being exposed to live music and having a place where, you know, like a high school band can play, where they don't have to worry about like selling a bunch of tickets or having a reputation or anything like that, because it can be really tough to get off the ground if you're just starting out. So you know, that's that sense of community is probably the most important thing that I think of when I think about building a scene and getting there's more people involved, and you know, encouraging more bands to start playing. So after pandemic clears, I really want to see that come back, and we'll be doing our part to try to make that happen.
No doubt. Well, we'll come out there. I'm sorry, we were actually on our way out there before COVID. It's like,
I know, man. Like it was like the day after, because we played a show like that. It was like the 14th of March, and like we were excited because it's supposed to come through like the next night, and then got the note that like you had to cancel because of everything was like shutting down. So.
Oh, okay, we gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting a notice. I see you guys. I'm getting up that the Sandman coming. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the show today. This is Car Sessions 2035. We had
turn it up, tune it in, fill your cup with the sound medicine. Hello operator, are you listening? Coolie Ranx on a mission, catch the fire, turn the ignition, coming to your loud sound system.